You originally planned to watch some videotapes and rest on the sofa, but you end up falling asleep instead until you hear something nearby. Right off the bat, huh? Oh. Well, what's she doing?
Vivian? Vivian?
Let me? How did you get here?
I didn't disturb your sleep, did I?
What a start. Bury your tears, part B. Pass B.
I remember it should be around here. That store's been sitting in my favorites for ages.
Oh, this is the cutscene. Oh no.
Lord Phaethon! What's up? I've seen that black cat on 6th Street. That harmonica in the outer ring you mentioned. I've heard it before too. I've even been to the monument outside Hollow Zero. But none of that was a coincidence.
Uh-oh. She was spying.
It was me. Following you, and now I've finally made it to your side. Ever since I was little, I had been seen as the bringer of bad fortune.
Vivian is throwing me for a loop. This is a fire wallpaper right here.
I decided to take one last look. I wanted to know who left me my final message from this world.
Oh, was that her trying to jump off?
It was you, Lord Phaethon.
Oh.
There are so many.
Oh, there she is.
It's ink?
Yeah, it is ink.
Shun Palace, good fortune, closed gate, safety.
What?
Dang.
An evil miasma gathers here. Another place
Miasma.
of conflict. If you wish to avoid disaster, then head southeast.
Sheesh.
Now.
Thank you.
Ethereals were like, hello. Whew. Oh my. Okay. They would have got you. They would have got something there. Shh. So sigils and ink.
Finally, peace and quiet.
That bird is terrifying.
You must be Belle, right?
Looks like a scarecrow. Oh, we got the music already.
I'm the 13th generation master of Yunque Summit. You can call me Yixuan.
13th generation master.
Lord Landon,
Oh, here we go.
please accept the blessing.
Oh, Vivian, no.
Vivian, you.
Oh, that was him. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Very obviously Dina's father.
Why won't you accept the blessing? Were you lying to us?
How dare you?
Ungrateful fools! You have no use anymore!
Liar! Run! Run!
Dina! Dina, wake up!
Dang,
We
dude.
have to go. Vivian? What's happening? Listen to me. Lord Landon's so-called blessing isn't...
Oh, and this is gonna shoot right here. Oh. Oh, and that's Camille.
Father!
Oh, oh my God! He shot him in the face, like in the chin. Oh shoot! Oh no. In the chest. Okay, I was like, dang. I see. In the chest.
No, I was just...
No.
Mom, I want to go home.
Wow, murder in front of a child.
It's got nothing to do with us. This is just what happens when you don't accept the blessing.
There's so much like just twisted meanings.
Vivian, was this you? Dina, I just didn't want you to accept the blessing. Everyone who does ends up...
I just don't want to lose my father.
Oh, you already did.
You knew? If you knew what he's done, you...
He's my father. He's all I have.
Some people gotta realize, like, even though it is your family, if they're doing something crazy, you need to understand that.
Stop being self-righteous, Vivian. You only ever bring misfortune.
Then that really sucks to be Vivian. Something bad happens. Vivian, god dang you. Every time. No matter what it is, somebody drops their ice cream, they look at Vivian. Every bad thing
Once Landon was gone.
is her fault. Every loss 50-50 is because of Vivian. So Joel!
I didn't expect you to be working here. Perfect.
Wait, how'd you say it?
Shawl.
Shawl? Hartman raises his gun, aiming at the desk. Yet, there is no gunshot. With a clink of metal, a familiar voice comes...
The bullet. How?
How? Seriously, though, how? How? Got pierced through the heart.
Dear uncle, why must we be so distant with one another?
How, Sway? How?
You can just tell me what you want to say directly.
Knew he would be there, but like, how? It was C6 Chi-Chi. Shortly after. I mean before.
Faking my own
Oh,
death.
shoot.
Hope it's all worth the theatrics in the end.
Go to where... Oh, you guys planned this? Oh my
It was
goodness.
just, I must say, if nothing else, at least your acting skills have improved.
Wow. Wow. Now I need to go back and watch that cutscene though. I had to go through him, man. Went through him.
Why do you look so
Bruh.
angry?
Magic trick. The Casper's global passive proc.
You should
True.
be happy. We pulled that off together with flawless teamwork and managed to fool everyone.
You sure did. God dang. Wake up, Hugo, please. Oh. Hold up. See, now here we go. Now cut out like the last 20 minutes. See, there you go. That's the shadow form. That should have been what was talking to him the whole time. Not Robin. Oh my gosh, we've escaped.
Hugo, it's time. Hugo.
He took himself out. Hugo, you got some issues,
Did
man.
I scare you? I made it through. I won. No praise from me.
The sun's
My
out now?
dearest partner.
God dang, you're creepy. He goes like, yeah, you good? Okay, let's go. As Hugo recounts the process of gathering evidence, Hartman, unable to listen any longer, slams the table in anger.
You really think you can
Okay.
take my place if I die? Never, you filthy bastard!
Is Hartman gonna take the medication himself?
Your little tricks mean nothing. As long as the Ravenlock family stands, I can still get back on my feet.
You still don't get it, do you? This was never about avenging my father. And I don't care about taking your place. I didn't come this far just to kill you. That'd be pathetic.
He's missing the mustache, but he kind of has the Tony Stark beard.
Right on cue. Why don't you take a look at this?
The truth.
On behalf of TOPS, I'd like to clarify that we had no involvement in the Ravenlock family's actions.
Behalf of TOPS, I'll have to clarify that we had no involvement.
TOPS is officially terminating all partnerships with the Ravenlock family, effective immediately. We will have no further affiliation with them.
Who is that? Who is this? That suit.
Are you crazy? What the hell do you get out of ruining the Ravenlocks? You want to be a
Is that
petty
the
thief
Exalted?
forever?
Thief? Oh, Uncle. Allow me to reintroduce myself.
From the first part, the two TOPS person that we saw, the other like super tall guy.
I'm the name people whisper about. The one who robs the rich and,
And
gives
gives
to the poor. I'm the master con artist who can fool anyone, anytime.
So he went higher up to TOPS, ruined the Ravenlock Association, or the tie between them anyway. The tie that was going to be between them. It's not anymore.
I'm the leader of Mockingbird. The one who turns every headline into my own stage.
Yeah, I want more of these. I want a lot more comic book scenes.
I have friends who'd catch me if I fall.
And cutscene.
Partners who'd shed tears for me. And allies who always have my back.
Yeah, this picture, it was a lot less like there's Cammy in there. And I think the other guy in the back was maybe the guy from earlier, a second ago.
I am Hugo Vlad. You're the one who needs the Ravenlock name. I never did.
So that is one TOPS member, yeah.
You ungrateful bastard! You should have never been born.
I've heard those words before from my own mom.
You flatter me.
Man,
Same
that's
goes for you.
the same look he had before. So that's the third time.
The real core has always been here.
Excuse me? So just that little thing? Really? Fat?
I'll take your surprised expressions as a compliment for my little trick.
No, that was easy.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
This time, I will make sure the future I saw does not come to pass. I don't want to bring you misfortune.
07 Vivian.
That's all I wish for.
She had a real short journey. Yeah, she kinda does. Kinda does. Same eye color. Cyno in disguise. He was here all along. New era dude. Dead End Butcher. She already got. That was quick. Did she even get rid of him?
Please do not interfere. She was my first friend. I'm going to bid her farewell.
Sag. Whoa. She should have been like more red. For Dina.
Dina,
Oh, it's just Vivian? Oh, Lord. What? Oh, I didn't look either, actually. Oh. She's crying.
behind you!
What happened?
What did happen?
What the?
Yixuan?
Vivian! Belle, don't come near me.
Did she get corrupted?
This is my own choice.
Oh.
I will change the fate I saw.
It's gonna reverse it.
I just want you to remember me when I looked my best.
Goodbye, Viv.
Vivian!
It was nice knowing you.
Vivian, your body. I'm sorry you had to see me like this. I don't want to be the one that only brings misfortune anymore. No, please. No.
I just met you.
It's so warm, and the night is beautiful.
Bitch.
Vivian?
It's our first playable character death. No. Stop it. Stop it, Belle. Stop it right now.
Can't end like this.
You stop it. What? How? How? It feels as if you had a long dream where you saw your teacher again with her familiar smile. Ooh. But soon the environment and your teacher both dissolve in the water like behind a misty curtain, blurring then vanishing. We don't kill in CCC. In Hio. Oh. Okay, so...
Belle, you're scaring me.
So what really happened there?
The mayor theorizes that it was the etheric energy within Master Proxy's body that affected Vivian's condition and the surrounding etheric particles, causing Vivian's corruption to recede.
So I'll be honest, if it's more like she passed out because it was just too much for her to handle and she was about to turn, but then because of the etheric energy, it caused it to recede, but she was still alive, then I suppose. And I just hope it wasn't like she was dead and then like came back. Belle should have been behind cover or something. Belle, you should have been over there. Yeah, I guess she just felt so... She just always knows that it always goes left from her premonition, so she was like, I gotta change my own fate so things will be different. I could see that. If she was like, I gotta do something to myself so that Phaethon can live. There she is. Oh, dang. Yeah, the bird is creepy, man. The bird is creepy. Ugh. It really is like Scarecrow. Like, genuinely. Yeah, that looks creepy. It's got the twin tails. That is the same one from like the Jufufu bird. Oh, she's got like the Bernice going on. It didn't look as bad as it did before. The arm. The button is holding on for dear life. Oh, I didn't even notice there's a button there too. And she has the classic mole.
Looking at my divination results, this will be a complicated and very likely dangerous matter.
Yeah, she does. She is talking about some mystic stuff.
Don't worry, I need no more than a simple spell to solve this matter.
Oh man, what do you mean spell? Facing the crowd, Yixuan remains calm and composed and says,
Fortune-telling services is 10,000 dennies per session.
Oh, dang. Oh. And it's people sitting in line all flee in fear, scattering in all directions. See, there you go. There you go. That's how you keep it. You keep your identity.
All gone? Good. It seems the banished wealth and desire spell
See?
is still effective.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I was hoping for. She had me worried there for a second, but okay. So far, we're off to a great start. That's funny. I was hoping she wasn't like serious with like the spell, but the spell was banish wealth and desire. Hey, let's go somewhere else. Go everywhere but the objective. Let's just stay here until 2.0. She has bird jiggle. Actually, that's like his head. Yeah, his head goes back and forth.
Let's part ways here.
No.
There will be plenty of time in the future. We will certainly meet again.
Sag. And just like that, she's gone. So, my overall thoughts on the epilogue, because it's now complete. We have part A and part B. I want to put them in a different class from like the chapters, but still. Number 1, Vivian. So Vivian, honestly, for me, totally fine. I had no issues with Vivian at all. I think her backstory and, you know, the situation that she's in just sucks. You know, obviously, if you guys have played Hyo games, you know Hyoverse as writers, they love dark, sad, and tragic stories. Almost every single story has a sad backstory. Everything is always sad, always. Sometimes you get, you know, a happy one, but it's like 90% sad and tragic stories. So with Vivian, though, it was interesting because she has this premonition ability, and it's like seen as a curse where every single person around her just has to deal with all these tragedies and deaths and unfortunate events that happen to them, but they feel like it's Vivian, you know what I mean? And of course, with her very first friend, Dina, that she lost, it was just like, it just hit her so hard to start with, and she was already in a dark, deep place. So for Vivian, I think her backstory was, I'm not gonna say cool. I mean, it was cool, but not cool for her, obviously. But I like the way they went with it for her. And yeah, no issues with Vivian at all. Also, didn't realize this is part B. No, I didn't even realize until after her dialogue here, she was gonna jump off that building. You know, that it's kind of like vaguely giving you that hint of like, you know, my final message to this world, you know, that was like, it was it. She said she wanted to disappear into the lights, and it was like, oh, you know, I didn't actually catch that until like this last scene ended. I was like, oh, is she gonna, you know? So because of you, I've come this far, right? So the whole, oh, Lord Phaethon, Lord Phaethon, Lord Phaethon, she's freaking out, and you're just kind of like, okay, well, why is she so into Phaethon? Like, what's the problem? She saved her life. She was gonna go right off that building, but it wasn't until, you know, the Proxies messaged her. Unfortunately, we don't remember what the message was. There's a lot of things that weren't answered, but maybe we'll see it later. I don't know. But yeah, that's the reason why Vivian was all into Phaethon like that. You know, if you're wondering why, well, in that part, if you were paying close attention, that's why. I understand Vivian, and I definitely have no issues with her backstory or how they did her character in this. So no issues there. Hugo, I've heard a lot of people say he had like a strong aura in the first part, and then he lost it in the second part. But although, you know, hold on, I will say this though, that one part did not need to be there. That was unnecessary. This, yeah, this Zenless devs, no, that did not need to be there. My chat was warning me as well, and I was like, what do you mean? What's going on? And then I got to it, and I was like, oh boy. The main issue with this wasn't even that it was long. It just was unnecessary. We know what Hugo wants to do. Hugo knows what he wants to do. He didn't need his inner self to tell him all these things. Hugo already had his goal. His inner self was talking to a wall. Hugo knew what he wanted to do already. He had his mind set. He wasn't wavering. You know what I mean? He wasn't like, oh, maybe I should do that. Oh, maybe I should. He already came across that. We knew that. As a player, you know that. So this whole part just felt like it just was unnecessary. You could have kept the mother part in the beginning. That was fine. But go past all of this and just go right to when Lycone was talking to him, because Lycone actually did make him sort of like jump back, like, oh, you know, that did make him sort of change his mind. But his inner self didn't do anything there. He was, like I said, he was talking to a wall. It wasn't even like he was successful in persuading him to change. He didn't even like budge for a second. And this is one of my biggest gripes with Hyo. And I understand you got to get your patches out at a certain deadline, so they got to hurry up. It's crunch time. Sometimes they just do things, you know, in a cheap manner just to hurry up. But why in this whole sequence are we looking at the BANGBOO as Hugo's inner self? Why are we looking at Robin, the BANGBOO, as his inner self? Why? Like, and then they literally have that picture. Now, they don't want to have the one picture there for the, you know, super long part that this was. But if you're going to have a long part, at least either make a new asset that we can look at, you know, like have the Shadow Hugo, the 3D model that we fight. Where was that at the whole time? Why couldn't that have been the one that was talking to us? We fight it towards the end of it, but that should have been what was communicating with us. That should have been the inner self. Why was the inner self Robin? And that's what Hyo does too, is they always try and write the story to make it make sense sometimes, where it's like, oh, it's Robin because, you know, something. But it should have just been Shadow Hugo talking to him. That would have made a lot more sense. I don't know why it was the BANGBOO, but yeah, that kind of stuff irks me sometimes, where it's like, if you're gonna have a long sequence like this, at least, you know, make a cool looking NPC or make something cool to look at that's explaining it, not just the BANGBOO. So yeah, this whole part just felt unnecessary to me personally. It's just like, we didn't need this. We had so much of his backstory here in part A. I like this part right here, or yeah, with Jack and stuff like that was cool too, but right here, yeah, like this explained a lot of his past right here, you know, his family and what happened. Super tragic, right? But overall, I still like Hugo as a character. I like his sense of justice. I like the points that he makes about sometimes like murder would be the way to equal justice. And sometimes you got to get it by difficult means. It's not always going to be like a cut and dry situation. You will have to do some drastic things to get what you want. Take from the rich, give to the poor. I like Hugo's whole philosophy and what he's trying to do here. And I'm with it, honestly. But my only like takeaway that was bad was just this. But I was just like, this is just unneeded. We just didn't need that there. Didn't need it. Although the whole fake death, shoot, got me. I mean, I knew he was gonna come back, but that was like, it was like right through his heart, like right through his body. So it was like, how in the world? But you know, they pulled it off in the end. It was all, there was a lot of like, Hugo had everything planned out, and it's just like, okay, wow, you thought that far? Wow. And then of course kind of ruins everything for the Ravenlock family with Tops and the association there. And as far as the ending goes, you know, there's a couple questions with this where it's just like, from a player standpoint, like a viewer standpoint, I really don't get why they split up. There's a part in this section at the end where it's like, all right, guys, let's split up. It's like, why? You know what I mean? Why do we, and we split up and then immediately got to the conclusion, like right after. We didn't even see like the Hugo and Lightcomb part, or even like Wise with Eos. We saw none of that. It just went like, we split up and then it was over. It was a Dina fight. You know? That's why I was like kind of surprised in the stream earlier. I was like, oh, we're just Vivian fighting her? That's it? You know? And some practical standpoints too, of just like, why didn't Belle just move out the way? She couldn't have just moved left or right. She was right behind the blast. She could have just moved out the way. And then Vivian could have did it like Thanos versus Iron Man style and just kind of moved to the right of the beam. And I will say, I was actually expecting to see something like this in the end. Like, you know, picture in picture, like literally this shot. But that didn't really happen. It was different. It was like, you know, Dina shooting the beam and then her shielding Belle. It was a bit different the way that went through. But, or maybe it's like she's the angel, like she brought her back or something. It's more so a way to interpret it. But I'm just saying, I thought it was going to be like this exact scene, you know? And like I said, with the whole like death, if she really died and came back, I don't know about that one. But if she just got the ether corruption and then the special etheric particles that Proxy, I guess, has inside of them receded the conversion, okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. It's, you know, it's just we had the Caesar death before, and now we're having this one. I'm just getting a bit tired of like the deaths and then instant comebacks, you know? Obviously, Caesar never died in the first place. There was a Fisher that saved her. But like, I'm just tired of this character's going to die. Oh no. Oh, they're back. So you know, that's starting to do that a lot, it seems. So I hope they don't keep that up every single ending. But, and then, oh, the proxies. My last point. I don't like how this is just moving so fast with the proxies and the mayor. The mayor called them, they have the implants put in, and then all of a sudden they're just like the second coming of Jesus. They just have like all these abilities all of a sudden. Now it's like we've completely abandoned the hollow deep drive. We don't even use our supercomputer anymore. There's no mention of fairy whatsoever. We saw a fairy for like a split second in part B, and that was it. There was no fairy. It's just, yeah, this whole like us being in the hollows now, it's just kind of weird to me. I feel like it'd be fine if it happened you know, across the course of a couple seasons, but the fact that we're just in the hollows like so quick, running around, that is shocking to me. You know, I know Wise did use EOS to help out at the end there, but I just feel like we're not using the deep drive much anymore. And it really makes me question that, like, what's ahead? Do we even need the hollow deep drive anymore? Like, you know what I mean? So that part's a little concerning for me. Like, what is the future of the proxies? And especially since we're going to just drop all this and go to Waifei Peninsula. And it's just like, what, you know, what's going on with that? I don't know. Perhaps maybe it is a bit of the spot where the TV mode would have been at, but now, you know, we don't really do that anymore. But it's not so much the TV mode, it's more so just the deep drive and like the lore aspect, not the actual gameplay of TV mode, but just the involvement of fairy and the involvement of EOS and the involvement of the HDD. Like, I wish we could run around as EOS like you do in the beginning now, after 1.4's reboot. Now you actually run around as EOS and, like, you know, like the Fall Guys event kind of thing. But we haven't got to do that as old players. Like, we don't get to do that in the story, at least in my knowledge. So I still think it was solid. I don't think it was as bad as like Ellen's agent story quest or like Kaleda's or Nekomata's, but you know, it was still solid though. I'm starting to see some of the like potholes and sort of like loops we're gonna fall into going forward, possibly, like especially with that Hugo inner self part. I feel like we may see some classic Hyo loopholes. I hope that doesn't persist, and please don't start with like the 8-hour quest and stuff like that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Zenless. I just don't want all that like mystical fluff in season 2. I hope that doesn't happen. I really like the ending with Yixuan in part B. I like that a lot. I like how she was like, I'm gonna do this spell, and it was like, oh no, what do you mean spell? But then she was like, you know, the fee will be $10,000 or whatever, and they're like, and they all ran. I was like, okay, that's funny. That's funny. I like that. If that's what it's gonna be like, that's fine. But yeah, 07 to Vivian and Hugo's arc, I guess. So we'll see them again probably at some point, but pretty drastic switch for 2.0. We're gonna be just going away. So things are moving a bit fast, I'll say that. But that'll be all for me. And I will catch you guys in the next one.